So if you like what you've heard so far, don't forget to stay tuned for the rest of the video and like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you in the next video. So if you kind of needed that little bit of a motivational, so if you've liked what you heard so far and you kind of needed to hear this message, then please stay tuned for the rest of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Hey guys, okay, so we're in April. When did that happen? I literally feel like I was just making New Year's resolutions 2 weeks ago. But it's April. That means 2 months till my birthday. That means 6 months till the year is ending. That means, only 2 years till it's 2020. And sometimes we can kind of get lost in the thick of, life, and some of the goals and aspirations that we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year aren't really going the way that we had anticipated or the way that we want. And so I just wanted to kind of check in with you guys, and I wanted you guys to do a self-evaluation. Where are you right now? What are the things that you've already accomplished? What are the things that you're still hoping that you will accomplish? Write those things down. Don't just kind of say them out loud, but write them down. Make a sticky note. Put it somewhere that you're going to see it every day. And that's kind of a tip that I can give to you by way of keeping yourself accountable. What I went out and did at the beginning of this year was actually buy a journal or an agenda. So I went out, bought an agenda, and that's literally because I love organization, like literally love it. I bought myself some really cool Staedtler pens, fine tip pens, and I just started writing stuff down in my agenda. So I got my agenda from Marshall's, and I love it because it's a faith-based agenda. So it has, space to write down a prayer list, things that you are thankful for and grateful for. It has like the full month calendar and then the daily calendar as well. And then at the beginning of each month, like I said, you have just a section where you can write out things that you're grateful for. It has on some pages a Bible verse. So down here has a Bible verse, has a space where you can write down things that you want to remember for the month. And some prayer requests, which I really love. So this agenda is great for me, and this is a way that I keep myself accountable for the things that I've got to do, things that are coming up. It helps me plan out my week so that I can, stay on top of studying and things of that nature, and I really love it. If getting an agenda and keeping yourself accountable and organized this way, it doesn't quite work for you, then, simplify it. Like I said, write things down in a sticky note, put it on like your mirror or in your car or somewhere that you're going to see it every day so that you know that when you're reading this, hey, I know that I have to accomplish this. I know that I got to get through this. Motivational quotes, things of that nature, to really get your mind going and in the frame of, these are the goals that I set for myself, and this is the way that I intend on keeping myself accountable to complete those things. So that's kind of my first tip. Secondly, I would say to definitely get someone that can also help you keep yourself accountable. If you are the type of person that tends to slack off, or the type of person that tends to procrastinate on things, get someone to keep you accountable. Sometimes I'll get my mom to keep me accountable. You might have a friend that's really close to you, or another family member, or someone that is very responsible. And let me just start out by saying that you will get annoyed with this person, but that's okay, because if they are annoying you, that means that they're doing their job, because then you're going to be staying on top of the things that you got to accomplish and complete. And that person is going to just continue to call you, text you, check in on you, make sure that you're getting the things done that you said that you wanted to. And as annoying as they might be in the moment, in the grand scheme of things, they're really going to be helping you out. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about was the fact that sometimes in the midst of planning and organizing and writing things down in our agendas and making all of these sticky notes, life just happens. And a prime example is me losing my phone yesterday on my trip home, and I was beside myself. So I'll set it up for you. I'm usually a pretty efficient packer, a pretty efficient traveler, because I've had to travel so much. And so I'm getting off the plane. I put my cell phone in my jacket pocket like I always do. and I get through all the checkpoints that I need to. I'm down at baggage claim, and I realized that I had dropped a bag of popcorn that I had purchased at the airport. And I was like, oh no, I had purchased this popcorn. It was for my family. I paid a lot of money. I paid good money, and I'm about to go find this popcorn. So rush back upstairs. I was able to get the popcorn. By the time I get back downstairs to my bags, I now realize that I lost my phone, and I start going into panic mode. I have no means of contacting either of my parents to let them know that, you know, I can't find my phone, obviously, because I would have used my phone. And they might, in my head, I'm thinking they're probably waiting outside for me. I am scrambling for change so that I can use a payphone. And if you know me, I'm a complete germaphobe. So this was literally the scariest moment of my life. But I had to do it. There was no other way that I was going to get in contact with my mom because, you know, the people at the airport were kind of giving me a hard time, and they weren't really all that helpful, to be very honest. So I did go make a claim and ask someone to kind of check in the actual aircraft and check from the time, the checkpoint between exiting the plane. I gave them the flight number, the plane seat that I was in, everything like that. They went, checked it out, no one found anything. And if I had left the baggage claim, I wouldn't be able to get back in. So I was kind of in a bind. I was able to call my mom, like I said, on the payphone, and she tried calling my phone a couple of times. By this point, I'm trying to call her back. I'm using out all the change that I have for this payphone. She's not answering her phone. I'm getting even more frustrated. At this point, I'm hot. I'm discombobulated. Everything is going to the dogs. And I don't generally handle stressful situations completely calmly. Like, some people can be super calm. I'm not like that. Out on the outside, I don't look like I'm panicking, but at this point, like, I am sweating bullets. And I was really frustrated because usually I'm very careful about, you know, organization and keeping myself, you know, all together while I'm making my way through the airport, whether it be going to my flight or coming from a flight. And so I was completely lost for words and just super frustrated with the whole situation. Now, I share that story to tell you that, you know, like I said, life isn't always going to go the way that you planned. I had no intentions of losing my cell phone yesterday. I did need a new phone, but I didn't want to get a new phone by way of losing my old one. Not even because of the actual cell phone, but just because of the important information that I had on there. I did back up the things that are on my phone, and there was a lock on it, but I didn't have a tracker on my phone. And so at this point, now I'm stuck with having to kind of fight with the lost and found at the airport. They're telling me that I need to pay $30 in order to make a claim, which I will not be doing, not in this lifetime anyways. And so I'm just kind of stuck with, thankfully, my parents, who were able to go out and get me a new phone, but I'm stuck with the fact that, you know, I lost all this important information that was on my old phone, and that just was not part of the plan. And so in the grand scheme of things, that whole ordeal did not go as I had anticipated. And I would not have wanted to lose my phone in that way. But I can also recognize that, you know, even though I didn't plan to lose my phone and it was a complete accident, things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. And, you know, even in the midst of planning things and things falling apart, if you look for it, there is some good in those situations. And it's important to try to keep your mind and your heart focused on the good stuff that are coming out of the situation. Yeah, I lost my phone, but hey, I still had everything backed up on my phone. Yeah, I lost my phone, but hey, it still had a lock on it. Yeah, I lost my phone, but my parents were able to go out, and the same day, coming from the airport, were able to go out and look for a new phone for me. And so I have a new phone, not necessarily by way of choice, but at the end of the day, everything was handled. I was able to, you know, get in contact with my phone companies, and everyone was very helpful in that sense. And so that's just, you know, a little bit of encouragement to you that whatever you're going through, whatever trials and tribulations are in the midst of, you know, just perfect sailing, don't look at it as the whole thing is just gonna be in shambles now because one thing or two things didn't go as you had planned. look at the grand scheme of the situation. Are things on the grand scheme still going to turn out the way that you had hoped and anticipated? Is there some good that you can draw from that situation? And if you need to step away and find some peace and maybe even vent for a little bit, sure, do that. But don't allow yourself to be so consumed by the negatives of the situation that you're overlooking seeing even the positive people that are around you trying to help you through those situations. So all in all, I really hope that going forward for the next how many ever months is left in the year, that you can be encouraged, that you will be self-motivated, that you will be able to keep yourself accountable, and if not, get someone that can keep you accountable, that you will find the good in even the worst of situations, and that you will be encouraged by way of watching this video and throughout your week. And if you ever need to come back and watch this, please do, because sometimes it's really uplifting to hear a message, not once but twice, especially when you're in your lowest points. And when you're doing great, don't forget to be grateful and thankful for those positive moments as well. It's so important to give praise and thanks to the Creator when we're experiencing such joy, and then also still give Him praise and thanks when we're not in the greatest of spaces, because at the end of the day, His work is completed in us. And by way of that, we know that we're already winners. We're still winners no matter what's happening in the midst of the chaos. So I thank you so much for watching, for taking the time to like, subscribe, share, comment, and all the wonderful things that you've been doing for my channel. Thank you for supporting me, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.